$1,000. I'm sorry. Lovely to meet you all. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time right here on The Chase.
Tonight, a teenage girl sexually assaulted by a man working at a massage parlour, and police say there are more victims. The crackdown begins, a Sydney prayer hall shut down, a so-called factory of hate linked to one of the Bondi gunmen. Teenagers arrested, one in a Portaloo over a series of southeast break-ins. MPs on notice how the Prime Minister is clamping down on travel expenses. Sold the billion-dollar payday for the owners of Hamilton Island. A review released into why Queensland students were tested on a topic they were never taught as the first round of university offers are sent out. England's test team under investigation over its Ashes drinking culture at Noosa, plus big changes for the Aussies ahead of the Boxing Day test.
Live from Queensland, this is 7 News with Georgie Chumbley.
Good evening. A man working at a southeast massage parlour has been charged with sexually assaulting multiple clients. Let's go straight to Declan Milton. Declan, this happened on the Gold Coast and in Brisbane.
Georgie, the 61-year-old man was arrested at a car park in Biggerah Waters yesterday. Police are accusing him of inappropriately touching a 17-year-old girl during an appointment at a Southport massage business last month. Police say he sexually assaulted another client, a 29-year-old woman at Chermside back in August. Both businesses are located inside multiple shopping centres. The 61-year-old will appear in court here on the Gold Coast in February next year. These alleged incidents did happen months apart, but they do follow a similar pattern. Police believe there are more witnesses, more victims, and they're being urged to come forward. Georgie.
Thank you, Declan. Police have arrested a group of teenagers accused of a string of break-ins across Brisbane's north side and the CBD. One was found hiding in a portable toilet.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Rachel Baxter joins me. Rachel, one boy is facing 11 charges.
Yeah, that's right, Georgie. The 16-year-old from Caboolture is facing a long list of charges, 11, as you say, including enter premises and unlawful driving. Two of the teens are accused of breaking into a house in Burpengary, stealing a white Mazda before crashing it a few hours later. Police say this group was involved in breaking in and stealing from 6 different businesses at Morayfield, Rothwell, Mango Hill, Narangba and also in Brisbane City over the past couple of weeks. Detectives from the Caboolture Criminal Investigation Branch, with the help of police dogs, tracked them down. All 5 have been taken into custody, with several due to face court in the new year.
Thank you, Rachel. An illegal Sydney prayer hall dubbed the Factory of Hate has been shut down during a day of action in the wake of the Bondi massacre. The site has been linked to alleged Bondi terrorist Naveed Akram and a radical Muslim cleric.
An unassuming brick building at Bankstown reportedly harbouring hate. The illegal prayer hall hosted by controversial cleric Wissam Haddad.
Towards the end of times when the Muslims will be fighting the Jews.
The New South Wales government backing council calls to shut it down. The building only permitted to house a medical centre.
This is an important change, not just for that community, but for New South Wales. And I want to make it clear, it's not the end of the matter.
It comes on a booming day for Bondi, swimmers and surfers hitting the beach as businesses try to get back to some sort of normal.
It was an incredibly visceral and scary moment. We just want things to take a natural course. In mourning, and we're looking forward to people seeing Bondi again.
But the memory of the massacre is never far away, and patronage along the famous strip has been down ever since.
We'd love to see you get out here, jump in the ocean, have a beautiful feed and connect with our community and us.
Just 2 days before Christmas, one of 2 police officers shot in the Bondi attack has been released from hospital. Probationary Constable Jack Hibbert was shot in the eye. His family says having him home feels like a miracle. Laura Turner, 7 News.
The Prime Minister is digging his heels in against a proposal for a National Royal Commission into the Bondi shooting, which now has the support of more than 100 top barristers. Anthony Albanese is accusing the coalition of politicising the terror attack.
9 days on from Bondi, the Prime Minister in his Canberra courtyard still arguing there doesn't need to be a Commonwealth Royal Commission.
There was no Royal Commission called by the Howard government after Port Arthur. There was no Royal Commission called by the Abbott government after the Lindt siege.
Back then, Anthony Albanese was in opposition.
We provided support for national unity.
Now criticising coalition comments like this.
I haven't seen Penny Wong shed a single tear.
This morning on Sunrise.
But this felt like a very personal attack.
It was me expressing my anger and disappointment on behalf of the community to the government.
This is not a time for people to look for political product differentiation.
139 top lawyers have signed a letter calling for a Commonwealth Royal Commission, including a former Federal Court Chief Justice and a former Solicitor General, saying protection from anti-Semitism is not a political issue. The gravity of the challenge demands nothing less. From Bondi Beach today.
Anything that helps us understand what happened, why it happened and prevent it in the future would be a good thing.
We deserve better than what the government's given us.
The government will draft new laws for gun buybacks, restrict 3D printed firearms and outlaw organisations like Hizb ut-Tahrir and the National Socialist Network. The Prime Minister is battling a turbulent end to the year tonight, trying to see off a scandal that dominated the agenda a fortnight ago, flagging changes to politicians' travel. Following revelations, Sports Minister Annika Wells exploited existing rules.
It is appropriate that we have an arm's length process.
The changes include bumping families from business to economy class. Travel can only be to reunite families in Canberra and MPs' electorates. Ministers can only fly partners to events where they have an invitation and it connects to their portfolio. Josh Martin, 7 News.
A slice of Queensland paradise has been sold. Blackstone has agreed to acquire Hamilton Island for a reported $1.2 billion. The US private equity giant, which already controls Crown Resorts, bought the holiday hotspot from the Oatley family, who've owned it for more than 20 years. But the deal is still subject to regulatory approval. A woman is assisting police tonight after an ambulance was stolen from a crash scene just south of Toowoomba. 4 people were injured in the collision at Preston and were treated by paramedics. Police say a woman who was not involved in the crash arrived at the scene, got into an ambulance and drove off. The 44-year-old was intercepted by police a short time later. No charges have been laid. Well, tonight we can reveal the cause of an embarrassing education blunder that saw 140 ancient history students study the wrong subject for their exams. Garth Burley joins me in studio. Garth, how were students taught about the wrong Roman ruler?
Yeah, well, Georgie, this all boils down to 3 things: complacency, poor communication and curriculum knowledge gaps within history departments that saw 9 schools incorrectly teach Augustus instead of Julius Caesar. Now, this was the first time in 5 years the final exam topic was different. An investigation found the Curriculum Authority failed to properly relay this major change in memos to teachers. Schools also weren't required to verify exactly what they were teaching was right. As a result, 2 QCAA board members have been sacked, including Teachers Union boss Cresta Richardson, who, as we know, has been locked in an ugly pay fight with the government. Clarity on the study stuff-up comes on a day when Year 12s discovered whether their hard work was enough to get into university. As the clock struck 11 in the Moffat household, nerves and anticipation gave way to a twin win.
I was bouncing off the walls. I was very excited.
Everything kind of fell into place. It was really relieving and kind of rewarding.
The sister double act both accepted into dream double degrees. Sarah, paramedicine and nursing.
I've always been passionate, I guess, about being around people. I like helping people feel better about themselves.
Lucy, business and law.
I just find everything in that area so interesting.
If that wasn't enough, older sister Maddie will also study psychology. They're among more than 16,000 Queensland students who this morning received offers from QTAC.
This is the culmination, particularly for Year 12s, of many, many years of hard work and sacrifice.
4% more people seeking university than last year. The most sought-after degrees, engineering, arts and finance, health overwhelmingly the most popular field, not just for school leavers.
We actually make about half of our offers every year to adult applicants. They're people who may be already in the workforce or looking to get into the workforce, looking for a change of career.
Not all courses send out offers now, others will be released in January.
The last couple of years we've actually seen more offers go out in December, which is a really interesting trend. People are keen to lock those offers in early in the year.
While some may be elated on the QTAC website today, others could be deflated. The message, whatever your mark, there's a path to university for everybody.
If you didn't get the offer you were hoping for, don't despair. Just give QTAC a call. We'll talk you through your options.
Or maybe a trade is for you. We'll need plenty of those as Brisbane builds towards the 2032 Games. Garth Burley, 7 News.
Heavy rain has fallen over the Gold Coast and Scenic Rim overnight, with some locations recording over 80 millimetres. Tony Auden, more warnings are current this evening.
Yes, Georgie, the second round is closing in on the coast at the moment, with more thunderstorms possible over the next couple of days. Now, this shot from near Warwick just after midnight last night. At the moment, the bulk of the activity is closing in on the Sunshine Coast and running further inland. Heavy rainfall is likely over the Sunshine Coast, the northern half especially, with a general warning in yellow here, extending up into the Central Highlands and coalfields. Looking ahead, we have more storms and rain forecast for much of the state over the next week, with the potential for flooding up in the northwest and the Gulf. Georgie, I'll be back soon with the full forecast.
Thanks, Tony. Donald Trump has picked a new fight with Denmark, appointing a special envoy to Greenland, the vast Arctic territory he wants to annex. The president says America needs it for national protection, but Greenland says it's not for sale.
Home to fewer than 60,000 people, life in Greenland is hard. But to Donald Trump, this barren icescape is irresistible.
We need it for national protection.
He's wanted the Danish territory for years, even threatening to take it by force, sending his vice president there in March. And now he's upping the pressure, appointing Jeff Landry, the Republican governor of Louisiana, as his special envoy to the Arctic island. Landry posting, "It's an honour to serve you in this volunteer position to make Greenland a part of the US." Denmark is fuming, summoning the US ambassador
to once again make it clear that there are some lines being crossed here.
Greenland's Prime Minister says Greenland belongs to the Greenlanders and the US shall not take over. But others see it differently.
This could move Greenland down the path, at least a slow path, towards that independence they seek.
We need it for national security. We have to have it. So we'll have to work it all out.
Just hours later, the president announcing the US will build new battleships, a whole new class, the Trump class, which he says he'll help design.
Because I'm a very aesthetic person.
Promising they'll be the biggest, fastest and most powerful ever built.
And best-looking warship anywhere on the world's oceans.
Part of his vision to create a golden fleet. In the United States, Rob Scott, 7 News.
The video game developer behind Call of Duty and Battlefield has died in a fiery crash near Los Angeles. This video, taken by a witness, shows the moment it happened. Vince Zampella was in a Ferrari with another person when it slammed into a concrete barrier, killing them both. He's been described as a visionary and a pioneer of the industry. A Clontarf family has been left devastated after a parcel thief helped himself to the children's presents days out from Christmas. They believe the man was following Australia Post, taking gifts seconds after delivery.
A porch pirate on the hunt in Clontarf.
I was just out in the city yesterday doing a bit of shopping and I got some Ring notifications.
The first alert, Australia Post, dropping Ashley's presents. 2 minutes later, the thief helps himself.
He just grabbed it and put it in his car. Presents from my sister in Melbourne for the kids for Christmas, so yeah, she's really disappointed.
The suspect drives off but can't be tracked.
My partner got his number plate from the security cameras and he rang the police.
The plates were fake.
There's just so much crime now in Redcliffe, in everywhere in southeast Queensland.
It's the second time Ashley's family has been targeted by parcel thieves, a booming trend nationwide since the arrival of online shopping.
110 million parcels
will move through the network, and unfortunately there's opportunistic and organised crime out there.
According to a Finder survey of 1,000 respondents, 7% have had a parcel stolen after it's been delivered. That's equivalent to 1.4 million nationally.
I don't know why people just can't be good to each other. So it's Christmas, like those are Christmas presents for children.
Thanks to this Grinch, presents they won't receive. Rachel Baxter, 7 News.
Aussie skipper Pat Cummins has been ruled out for the remainder of the Ashes series. Mitch Crone joins us now. Mitch, a Queenslander could be the beneficiary of his absence.
Yes, Michael Neser, Georgie, who made way for Cummins in Adelaide, but with the skipper's sideline, the Queensland Quick is in the mix to play on Boxing Day. With a 5-0 whitewash, the new goal, coach Andrew McDonald has promised there'll be no series-winning hangover, while embattled England bosses are investigating their own team's drinking habits.
Back on deck ahead of Boxing Day after a few big days of Ashes winning celebrations.
They've earned that. They're responsible adults. They always strike that balance. There's no instructions from me around that. As I said, they're all adults. They know how they need to get ready for a test match, and they'll be ready to go come Boxing Day morning. I don't think there'll be any hangover.
The same can't be said for England. Its trip to Noosa in between the Brisbane and Adelaide tests was controversial at the time. A week on the beers at the beach while 2-0 down has forced an investigation from England management into the team's drinking culture.
If it's true that it became a stag do and people are out drinking all the time, excessively, that's not acceptable. We'll be looking into seeing what the facts are.
That news conference, a grilling from British press only, went for 50 minutes after a planned opportunity with Australian media was cancelled this morning.
Could we have beaten this Australian side? I think we could have done. We'd have had to have been at our best. We've been at about 20% of our capacity, I'd say.
It was a one-test series-sealing hit job from skipper Pat Cummins.
We've now won the series, and that was the goal. To position him for further risk and jeopardise him long-term is not something that we want to do.
Like the Adelaide test, there'll be an increased police presence in the wake of the Bondi terror attack.
There's no heightened security threat that we're aware of. We are a place of mass gatherings. It's a great initiative by the Victorian Police.
While this match is now for bragging rights, organisers remain confident of breaking the Ashes crowd record of just under 272,000 set in 2013.
People love coming to the G for this iconic test.
It'll be hard to top last year's Boxing Day Classic against India, Sam Consis's debut, almost 374,000 fans and an Aussie win in the final hour.
All three results still possible on day 5. It was a fantastic test match, so if we could replicate that this year, that'd be fantastic.
In Melbourne, Tom Wilson, 7 News.
They're in high demand, but are they safe? The Queensland class teaching kids how to use e-bikes. Also, Barry Manilow's health scare, his message to the world. An interest rate rise is looming, how to save on your mortgage. And see what happened when Broncos star Reece Walsh went undercover as a rideshare driver.
It's that time of year again. I can feel it in the air. But what's under the tree just don't matter to me. So DJ, play that funky tune. All I want for Christmas is food. All I want for Christmas is food. You can give me love, but it's not enough. All I want for Christmas is food.
Rosie's bringing the roller boogie. Ryan's bringing the dad funk. What are you bringing?
I brought the Cadbury Favourites.
Bring it with Cadbury Favourites.
Big time last minute preparation fella here. So that's why Bunnings is always handy. You're able to come in after work, pick up what you need, shoot off back home and you're ready to go. Christmas covered, Christmas all wrapped up.
Marquee 30-litre ice bucket, only $24.98. Lifetime 6-foot bifold trestle table, $67. Jumbuck pack of 20 foil trays, just $12.98.
We're open late for last minute essentials.
Bunnings Warehouse.
Lowest prices are just the beginning.
The Good Guys early Boxing Day deals are on now. Get this TCL 75-inch TV, only $888. This Fisher & Paykel washer, $995. This Dyson vacuum, $367. Over $300 off this hire fridge. These and more Boxing Day deals at The Good Guys.
Fish is delicious. How's your food, by the way? I love it. It takes me back to our trip to Greece.
Nuance Audio is the new invisible hearing solution built into your glasses. Explore the pristine landscapes of Antarctica with scenic Discovery yachts. Experience unrivaled inclusions. Book now and save from $5,000 per person.
Locals. You can't beat them.
Especially at Christmas.
Because they dodge the shopping centre ordeals and dash straight into great deals. IGA. You can't beat local at Christmas.
We can't stop the weather, but at Suncorp Insurance, we're here for every step of the road to recovery. Our disaster response and mobile hub teams are working hard to support our customers. Queensland, we're here for your recovery.
Stop paying, start watching 7+.
Class may be out, but a new school is in session with children taught how to ride an e-bike. It's the most in-demand item this Christmas that, with a widely shared code, can be turned into a weapon.
Zooming past any textbook, these students are getting schooled in e-bikes.
Keep a steady speed.
Nerang Stunt School is known for teaching big tricks to the brave, but now they're focusing on the basics in e-bike safety.
A lot of kids are getting e-bikes for the first time, and this Christmas there'll be thousands.
You want them to have fun, but a course like this at least will help de-risk it a bit.
It runs similar to any motorbike course, only the riders are children without a licence but are legally allowed to ride under certain conditions.
Often what happens is they jam the brakes on, they have no control and they just hit whatever's in front of them.
In Queensland, there's a 25 km/h speed limit. The motor has to cut off at that point before pedals do the work.
Unfortunately, it's a very simple process to unrestrict the bike.
Any rider just needs to know a 4-digit code, which isn't hard to work out. Most bikes are made by the one manufacturer based in China. Unbelievably, they use the one code across all their devices.
And you can enter your speed limit.
And how many watts the motor uses, speeding past the law and breaking bike warranty.
We are concerned about that. We do feel that a lot of these devices aren't being used safely and effectively.
If you ask me the right questions as a parent, you can have a bike, no problem. But if the first question is, can I unrestrict it? I turn them around.
A separate anonymous distributor has decided to leave the market altogether, calling e-devices coming into Australia liability bombs. Jeremy Bernard hasn't given up. He started Sunchaser 3 years ago, pushing for e-mobility.
We need to have clear regulations to let people know we can do this, we can't do that.
They are a good way to get around, but only when they're used properly.
What they always were intended to be. Declan Milton, 7 News.
A chauffeur who's driven politicians and pop stars has been brutally assaulted by a group of teen thugs. The 40-year-old had just returned home from work in Melbourne when he was hit with a gas canister, his wife and children sleeping inside.
I got a gun and I'm going to shoot you.
He's now awaiting plastic surgery. The gang is on the run. Legendary crooner Barry Manilow has been diagnosed with lung cancer. The 82-year-old singer shared the news on Instagram, telling fans while the tumour had been caught early, he'd have to reschedule concerts to recover from surgery. Doctors believe the disease hasn't spread, so he won't need to undergo chemo or radiotherapy. The beloved star plans to be back on stage in Las Vegas in February. Queensland Ambulance has rolled out a new fleet of community CPR vans statewide after successful trials in Brisbane and Townsville. Decommissioned ambulances have been repurposed and feature interactive technology to teach life-saving skills to locals.
The van's got a TV built into it, and our CPR mannequins are actually interactive and give live feedback straight into the TV. So we can give participants live feedback on their compressions as they're going, and we can also do really fun interactive activities like CPR races.
This Christmas, QAS is urging Queenslanders to refresh their CPR skill set. Queensland hospitals to see a surge in patients over Christmas, coming up from trips to toy trouble, the most common festive accidents. The heart-stopping moment, a shoplifter turns shooter. A scuba diver's run in with a great white shark. And the melanoma message not sinking in, the latest teen trend that could prove deadly.
I had a car accident and I lost 8 years of my memory. 8 years. Just gone.
The world's most heartfelt medical drama returns.
Without my memories, I'm trapped in time. I need my life back. Healing people is the thing that I love most. I need to be the doctor that I was. I will do whatever it takes.
New Doc, coming soon to 7.
Movement that inspires. Cheer natural cheese slices always taste fantastic. Now in refill packs with 80% less plastic. Pop them in a pack, a tub, a toasty. Bring a little cheer for the taste we love the mosty. Bring a little refillable cheer home today.
Why is there a big hole in the turkey?
I guess that's just how they come now.
Get more than your fill with a fresh Australian whole RSPCA approved turkey, only $8.99 per kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
Who said you deserved a little treat? You did. McCafe, matcha is here.
We all want financial security to be able to weather the uncertain times. Invest in Latrobe Financial's multi-award-winning 12-month term account with income paid monthly.
What's your kid's way to discover? Like a precision engineer? Like a demolition expert? Or a treasure hunter? What's your kid's way? Kinder Surprise. 1,000 ways to love it.
Make everything a prawn cocktail with fresh Australian cooked black tiger prawns, just $27.99 a kilo. Go on, it's Christmas. Aldi, good different.
Get 50% more cleaning performance. Save water, energy and time. Go big on cleaning, save big on time. Clean faster with the new Eco Booster from Karcher.
This is the biggest audition Idol has ever done in the world.
It's the perfect time of year to craft a cool beverage in the kitchen, but we're being warned those with added zest could lead to a painful skin condition that you've probably never heard of.
Sipping on a sweet treat and clearly loving it, Tasman Gunn couldn't sell his homemade lemonade without a quick taste test.
I got some friends and they helped me. We had about 20-ish customers and we earned $42.
But the following morning, the savvy 6-year-old woke to find his hand peeling.
The next day when he woke up, he had what looked like blisters on his hands or an allergic reaction.
Antihistamines and antibiotics didn't do the trick. The welting worsened, prompting a trip to the local ED.
The consultant said that it looked like it was margarita hands.
Also called margarita burns. It's caused by chemicals which come from citrus fruits, lemons, limes, oranges and mandarins reacting with the sun's UV rays. It scalds the skin.
You have all of those nerve endings exposed to the air and it's exceptionally painful.
And relatively rare, but doctors wanted to remain that way, with more kids in the kitchen with parents over Christmas. The festive period is challenging enough for hospital staff who see a spike in presentations for swallowed button batteries, scares in the pool and slips and trips while testing new toys.
Every year we also have a spike of adults who come in who've fallen off the hoverboard or whatever might be popular. Don't mix alcohol with tasks where you need to be responsible.
Calling for sensibility this silly season. Liam Bland, 7 News.
Shocking body cam footage has emerged of the moment a man detained on suspicion of shoplifting pulled a gun on police in an Ohio Walmart store. The 21-year-old was sitting in a back office with a companion when he retrieved the weapon and pointed it at the officer. He was tackled by a Walmart employee and has been charged with attempted murder. Well, you don't see this every day. A sinkhole opening up in an English canal. 2 narrowboats were swallowed as the waterway gave way, forcing 14 people to leap for safety. Millions of litres of water drained out when its bank broke, leaving 2 other vessels teetering over the cavity. Miraculously, no one was hurt. A diver has been pinned to the ocean floor by a great white shark off WA. As the shark circled, Tanveer Dillon's oxygen tanks were quickly running out. He spoke exclusively to 7 News.
It's a terrifying sight from the side of a boat.
Oh my God, big great
Well, she needs to get out of the water.
Let alone coming face to face with the ocean predator beneath the water.
I see a great white grinning straight at me. My heart was my mouth, and that memory is forever etched in my mind.
Experienced scuba diver Tanveer Dillon found himself just metres away from this very shark on Sunday in waters off Ocean Reef in Perth's north. He says the marine monster rammed him into a sandbank.
My first instinct was, why is my dive buddy kicking me, honestly? So I turned around, and when I saw that it was not a person, it was a shark, it was sheer panic, sheer fear.
Tanveer wedged himself in a rocky ledge to hide from the shark. It circled him for 10 minutes, the oxygen in his tank depleting second by second.
I did say a prayer and said, if I get out of this situation, I'm never going to put myself in this position again, because you're helpless. You're completely helpless.
With the shark out of sight and spotting his dive mates, Tanveer quickly swam to safety to their boat. Tanveer's frightening ordeal hasn't stopped the avid diver from doing what he loves, but he admits it'll be some time before he gets back in the water.
I do need more time to process, but if you know someone that's looking for dive gear, let me know.
Brianna in Ferreira, 7 News.
Well, you've heard of raining cats and dogs. How about teddy bears? At halftime of the Brisbane Bullets game, hundreds of new teddies were tossed onto the basketball court as part of their annual donation drive, the Teddy Bear Toss. In total, 1,900 toys will be donated to kids in need thanks to the Salvation Army, making Christmas for families doing it tough a little easier to bear. He brought us this Christmas classic.
I'm driving home for Christmas.
Up next, we remember Chris Rea. A Big Bank's multi-million-dollar refund, who's sharing in the cash? The ultimate lottery win, how residents in one town claimed $830 million. And Reece Walsh goes undercover, what people really think of him.
This Christmas Eve, it might even snow.
I can feel something dripping on me.
Anthony has got something dripping on him from above. Oh, Pete, I've told you, if you can't hold it, go before.
The 1% Club UK, Christmas Eve on 7.
Continue straight for 2 kilometres. Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route. This is not the route. Hello? Anyone? Arrived. Okay, that was fun.
The world's greatest stories aren't enjoyed alone. They're watched together.
You want my advice? Trust no one.
That's funny.
Ready, set, start your engines.
We'll see how tough you are.
Challenge accepted.
This summer, let's watch it all on Stan.
Rendezvous at the park! Meeting at the park. Over. On my way. Over.
Hey everyone, meet the new kids.
Hi. Hey. Hello. Let's all go to the track. Yeah. They fit right in.
Oh, they always do, mate.
Summer outside, cool comfort inside. Braymar's reverse cycle air conditioning easily cools your home for total family comfort. Braymar, welcome home.
Honda Runout is on now. Drive away in the Honda CR-V. Now from $40,900. Only while stocks last.
Who's got room for seconds?
Go on, it's Christmas. There's always room for more with Aldi. Good different.
Hello, minutes from the last RBA meeting where rates were left on hold show the board is concerned about the recent uptick in inflation but can't be sure yet if it's a short-term trend or a more stubborn problem. If it's the latter, expect rates to rise in 2026. Australia's biggest bank has been fighting accusations from ASIC that it overcharged millions of low-income customers with excessive fees totalling $270 million. But today, a backflip. The bank agreeing to refund $68 million. The AI investment bonanza continues. Australian property giant Goodman Group signing a $14 billion deal with a Canadian partner to build 4 new data centres in Europe. Investors welcome that news. There were gains across the board as the ASX had another positive day. The Aussie dollar buying 66 US cents.
Now it's time for an update on Queensland's blood supply from Lifeblood. Lifeblood would like to thank the Australian community for booking more than 125,000 appointments in an extraordinary response to the Bondi tragedy. They're now urging people to keep their appointments during this critical time of year and consider donating plasma, which is most needed right now. Every donation counts, and maintaining a steady supply ensures patients receive the care they need, not just today, but in the weeks ahead. Search blood supply or visit lifeblood.com.au to book your donation. The man who shot to fame after writing the song Driving Home for Christmas has died, aged 74. Chris Rea's 5-decade career was a roller coaster, just like the story behind the hit.
I'm driving home for Christmas. Oh, I can't wait to see those faces.
It's the holiday journey soundtrack, popular for an experience so many have in common. But the origin story of Chris Rea's 1986 hit is anything but. On the dole and at a career low, his manager had left him despite a Grammy nomination years earlier for Fool. That was when he found himself stranded in London.
The only way I could get home was for my wife to drive down from Middlesbrough in our beat-up Mini, pick me up and take me home.
scrawling what would become the holiday season staple on the back of a cigarette packet during that journey.
Sometimes you can spend years and years writing. That one was 5-10 minutes.
Friends who knew him across his career, featuring hits like On the Beach, say neither success nor failure changed him.
I don't think he was interested in fame, he was just interested in creating good music, but top of the list was his family.
His wife Joan and daughters Julia and Josephine were each eponymised in song. They say he died peacefully in hospital following a short illness, and that his legacy will live on through the songs he leaves behind. In London, Ben Downey, 7 News.
Reece Walsh has undergone a dramatic transformation for a stunt that's making headlines tonight, except this time he's in on the joke. He was transformed with prosthetics, a wig, fake beard and belly to go undercover as a 48-year-old DD driver who still lives with his mum.
Yeah, that Walsh fella, he's a bloody tosser. Yeah. Paints his nails and that.
Yeah, flogged.
Oof. The lucky passengers got to have a beer with the Broncos star after their ride. Spanish villagers devastated by wildfires and a deadly mining explosion earlier this year are celebrating after sharing the major prize in the world's largest Christmas lottery. El Gordo, which means the fat one, is worth nearly $4.9 billion. 10,000 residents of one town will share close to $830 million. That's about $10,000 each. It's tradition in Spain to buy a ticket in a place marred by tragedy, with the belief that good luck follows the bad. Is the melanoma message sinking in? A worrying teen trend is taking off online that could prove deadly. The expert's guide to keeping your kids sun safe this summer. And Mitch Crone is back with tonight's Sport. Mitch, Pat Cummins is taking Christmas off.
Can't say the same, unfortunately. Georgie, hello everyone. All the Ashes latest ahead, including details on a new look side for the Boxing Day test as the blows just keep coming for the Aussies. Plus, the moment of madness that's set to cost an NFL star more than $800,000.
McCain, born to share.
Grandma first gave me the bluebird brooches when I was 15, and it was just such a precious memory. I don't think she understands how important gifting something so small to me actually was.
We don't like to show off.
We should never be so vulgar as to make a fuss.
But BritBox has gotten bigger.
What?
Better.
No way.
And prettier than ever.
You can't be serious.
That's impossible.
More new exclusive mysteries, dramas, documentaries, and comedies.
Remarkable.
More ways to watch.
No big deal.
More of your favourites, streaming before anywhere else.
Isn't it amazing?
Duh, yes.
But let's not make a scene, shall we? BritBox, the ultimate collection of British telly. Always better, now bigger.
Continue straight for 2 kilometres. Proceed to the route. Proceed to the route. This is not the route. Hello? Anyone? Arrived. Okay, that was fun.
Ready to quit smoking or vaping? Try Nicorette Quick Mist Triple Pack $74.99 exclusive to Chemist Warehouse. It works fast to relieve nicotine cravings from just 30 seconds to help smokers and vapers quit. Live long, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Government battery and rooftop solar incentives are reducing January 1. With SunBoost, you can still receive up to $15,000 in government incentives on approved solar batteries. For maximum incentives, you must be installed by December 31.
Call 1300 SunBoost.
The new electric Toyota BZ4X. The Toyota feeling electrified. Toyota.
Picking a winner is no sure thing this racing season. Leaders can miss the jump. You might get pipped in a photo finish. And conditions don't always suit. But with Sportsbet's more places, you don't have to pick the winner. Select horses to finish in the top 5, 6, 7 and combine them for bigger odds. More places from Sportsbet.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
This Sport Report brought to you by Sportsbet, the #1 app for having a crack. What's gambling really costing you?
With the Ashes already won, Australia are backing themselves to complete a 5-0 whitewash without their captain. Pat Cummins will sit out the final 2 tests, while Todd Murphy's set to come in for Nathan Lyon.
An Ashes series that's taken no prisoners. England under fire for excessive drinking during their Noosa break as the Aussies continued to enjoy the taste of victory.
We've got a change room full of adults and they know what's at stake. They know that the Boxing Day test is a certain amount of days away, and that's how we treat our players. They're adults, they make choices sometimes.
Steve Smith back, but no sign of Adelaide's on and off-field stars, Alex Carey and Travis Head. Cam Green, unsurprisingly, in the nets, likely to get lucky and retain his spot. Jai Richardson set to replace Aussie skipper Pat Cummins. He's been put on ice for the rest of the series. Todd Murphy set to add to his test tally with nearly 90,000 in his corner.
His journey's been a great one. He's played 7 test matches now, so he's familiar with the group and he's got that experience under his belt. He's faced this opponent, albeit in 2023. I think took 6 wickets at the Oval and held his own.
Richardson's last test coming in Adelaide against the old enemy back in 2021 with a rapid match-winning 4th innings 5-for, no rest for England. The architect of Bazball's swift, spiritless demise still coming to terms with being the face of Australia's crushing win.
He's pretty cheeky. He's a cheeky individual and I didn't know what to make of it really. It was an old picture, that's what it was. I actually do remember the picture. I was 14.
A lot's changed since then, all except for England's fortunes down under. Theodoropoulos, 7 News.
Set yet another huge Big Bash run chase. The Heat couldn't reproduce their Gabba heroics this time, going down to the Thunder in Canberra. Brisbane's bowling was again harshly dealt with, but the batters couldn't back it up from Friday's miracle against Perth.
For a moment, it seemed Heat history was on repeat.
That's great batting. Super effort.
Fresh off his blistering ton against the Scorchers, Matt Renshaw was seeing them like a beach ball.
That has gone a million miles in the air.
On 43, the lefties and Brisbane's luck ended.
Yeah! Knocks over Renshaw. He's got 3.
The Heat caught in a web of turn from Shadab Khan.
Yeah. Knocks over Wildermuth. Spin to win for the Thunder.
The Pakistani who plies his T20 trade worldwide, the match turner.
Make that 4. Walks down the wicket.
The 194-run target, a bridge too far in the capital. The Gabba miracle, though, not to blame for overconfidence.
I think the dressing room is really high. We were full of confidence, obviously, as you were after chasing 260.
Earlier, Thunder's imposing total was built on an opening stand of 127.
Puts him straight into the Sir Donald Bradman stand.
Matt Gilks and last summer's wonder boy Sam Constas compiling quick-fire half-centuries.
I think the way Gilks and Sammy, especially the top of that partnership, really killed us there. And, their spinners through the middle shadow was a class above.
And Sean Abbott hopes to put himself back in the national selection mix for the Sydney Ashes test with his return to the Big Bash on Friday. Named in the squad for the first test in Perth, a long-awaited test debut was dashed by an ill-timed hamstring strain.
Mate, we can dream. I won't look too far ahead. It'd be nice to put my hand up at least for selection. That was another frustration.
Ben Dobson, 7 News.
The dead coach bounce finally kicked in for the Bullets, snapping a 7-game losing streak against the Breakers. 48 hours after being blown away by the Phoenix, Brisbane responded with a comprehensive 14-point win, their first under Daryl McDonald, who holds aspirations of being more than just a caretaker.
I would love to do it. If the opportunity comes, I'll be more than happy to stay in the position.
The Bullets will be hunting just their third win at home this season when they host Melbourne United on Saturday. The NFL has banned Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver DK Metcalf for 2 games without pay after this physical altercation with a Detroit Lions fan. The fan later took the extraordinary step of releasing a statement through his lawyer denying that anything racial, misogynistic or hateful was said to spark the incident. Metcalf will forfeit more than $800,000 if he's unable to get the ban overturned on appeal. The Sydney to Hobart is one of the toughest races in the world, and if anyone is prepared for it, it's John Wilkerson. The owner of Perplexity sailed his yacht solo 8,000 miles from Seattle to fulfil his lifelong dream.
Sydney Hobart's legendary, right? I was talking to someone else, and every Christmas afternoon, that's where we all are, is, you know, at the computer watching the start of this race. And so just to have the opportunity to do it it's incredible, right? It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Thankfully, he'll have company on board for the race. 6 crew members joining him from America and Georgie. The Big Bash action continues tonight on 7. The Stars and the Strikers just after the news.
Thanks so much for that, Mitch. With Australia in the midst of a long, hot summer, doctors are warning about complacency around sun safety. Melanoma survivors are now sharing their stories as a new dangerous tanning trend takes off online.
At just 16 years old, Nicola Seaman's life changed forever. She was diagnosed with melanoma.
It was pretty shocking, to say the least. Didn't really think it would ever happen to me, but here we are now.
Doctors found this mole on her hip during a skin check that was followed by surgery, medications and constant stress. She wants every young Australian to know getting a tan is just not worth it.
As a young girl, everyone's tanning and you just want to fit in with everyone else, and it's always nice to have a bit of colour, but at the end of the day it does more harm than good.
Her story is very common. Australia remains the skin cancer capital of the world. 2/3 of the population will be diagnosed, 1 in 18 will develop melanoma. The cancer cells can spread throughout your body. If caught early, survival rates are high.
95% of skin cancers in Australia are preventable with simple sun safety measures.
But despite the warnings, more young Australians under the age of 24 are not heeding the message about sun safety, with many of them ending up in hospital with serious sunburn. They're following a dangerous tanning trend circulating on social media.
There is no such thing as a healthy tan. A tan is a sign of skin in trauma. It's causing irreversible DNA damage.
And while there is confusion over sunscreen and SPF levels, doctors say the main thing is to avoid the sun.
Seek shade where possible. Wear a hat. Protect your skin with clothing. Wear sunglasses to protect your eyes, and sunscreen to protect the parts of your body that you can't cover with clothes.
Keeping cool this summer. Jennifer Beshwati, 7 News.
A rate rise forecast for next year just ahead. Should you fix your rate now? We speak to the experts.
And hopefully a more welcome weather forecast ahead, though we do have some storms to navigate. I'll have the details after the break.
Take off with the stars. Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Kate Winslet and Jack Black.
Hello.
The Holiday, Christmas Eve on 7.
Sportsbet presents classic combos like a tennis ball and electrical tape. Tell your story walking barrel or footy photos and sucking it in. And the combo of share houses and losing the bond. But the greatest combinations come together in a same-game multi from Sportsbet, the #1 app for having a crack.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
I don't want to wait, man. What are you talking about? Let's do it. Let's reboot Anaconda.
Yes.
Wait. What?
This summer, a group of wannabe filmmakers have no investors, no budget, and no clue.
Action!
But they do have a massive
June Fridge Freezer. Just $299 for Adventure Club members at Anaconda. See the movie only in cinemas.
Absolutely everything is on sale at Freedom. Save a minimum of 20% and up to 60% off absolutely everything. That's all sofas, furniture, homewares and mattresses. It's our biggest sale ever. On now, only at Freedom.
Ow! No.
Hurry, our health fund offer ends December 31 with 30% off lens options.
Sorry.
Should have gone to Specsavers.
Get your feet ready for summer adventures with Scholl Expert Care 2-in-1 electronic foot file $23.39 at Chemist Warehouse. It files for superior hard skin removal and smooths for a perfect finish. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Choose Red Energy for your next move and let our award-winning Aussie-based team take care of you. Because at Red Energy, we're here to support you when you need it most. Red Energy. Now that's real Aussie energy.
Go on, it's Christmas. There's always room for more with Aldi. Good different.
We've got great last-minute Christmas ideas.
Grab a marquee portable gazebo for only $49.98 or a ceramic pot with legs for just $37.48.
Get your gifting all wrapped up at Bunnings. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Yep, in a ditch. And I've attracted quite a crowd.
Oh, don't worry, we'll sort you out.
Nothing like being sideswiped by a cattle truck. Ladies, do you mind? Thankfully, the good people at UE are always ready to help.
Tow truck's on its way.
That was easy.
Trust me, it's not my first rodeo. Or is it rodeo?
At UE, our people make it easy when you need it most. Get comprehensive car insurance that's a bit more U-shaped. UE, you insured.
Stars taking on the Strikers right here at the Adelaide Oval. Flem, what are you looking forward to?
Can't wait to watch the Superstars. For the Strikers, it's Short, Lynn Overton. For the Stars, Maxi's here, Stoinis and a bit of vegan venom from Peter Siddle.
Yeah, it's a fantastic night. The weather's great and that's coming up right here on Channel 7.
This weather report brought to you by UE. You insured.
Homeowners are rushing to lock in their mortgages ahead of an expected interest rate rise early next year. Economists believe the cutting cycle is over and borrowers are weighing up the benefits of fixed rates while bargains are still on offer.
$3,445,000.
The eye-watering cost of home ownership.
$1,180,000.
With the average mortgage almost $700,000, it's no wonder borrowers are sensitive to interest rate rises.
Across many loans, a small rate rise can make a huge world of difference.
Property investor Viktor Manusov wants to fix 2 of his mortgages to lock in monthly repayments.
Given the cost of living right now and the ever-growing cost of everything, really, it just helps.
There's been a really large increase of people that are inquiring about fixed rates, significantly more than in previous years.
That's because lenders have suddenly hiked their fixed loan interest rates in anticipation that the Reserve Bank will raise variable interest rates next year.
If you are interested in fixing your home loan, you've got to run, don't walk.
Smaller lenders, including Pacific Mortgage Group, GNC Mutual Bank and Unity Bank, are offering 1-year fixed loans at just over 5%.
With inflation remaining stubbornly high, some economists expect an interest rate hike when the Reserve Bank meets in February, and there could be another hike in May.
2 rises could add $217 per month in repayments to the average home loan.
Right now, it's a bit of a coin toss around whether you can save money by going a fixed or a variable.
Jackie Quist, 7 News.
Weather now, and Tony, it's a coin toss as to whether we'll get rain on Christmas Day.
Yes, it is, Georgie, though it's still looking promising that most spots in the southeast will stay dry for the big day. More on that in a moment. That definitely wasn't the case today, though. 1 round of storms and rain this morning. This was the view as they closed in on the wrecks at Tangalooma. It felt like a sauna last night, a minimum of 25 degrees in Brisbane. Then the extra cloud kept maximums in the high 20s or early 30s for most spots, though Beerburrum and the Sunshine Coast did push a bit hotter. This evening, more rain and storms are sweeping across from Caboolture past the Sunshine Coast and up to towards Gympie and the Wide Bay. They've all taken off ahead of an inland trough, with heavy rain continuing over central and northwestern parts of the state as well. Now, that trough pushes slightly north tomorrow, taking the focus for storms up towards the Wide Bay and Capricornia. Slightly more settled conditions behind that trough in the form of showers and weaker storms for the southeast. Around the capital, sunshine in Sydney, Canberra and Perth, though it'll be a scorcher in the west, and snow is still possible in parts of Tasmania on Christmas Day. Hard to believe. In the tropics, a shower or two at any stage for Cairns, Townsville and Mackay. Storms and heavy rain continue in the Gulf, with flooding possible over the next week. Over southern districts, storms and possible severe cells from Gympie up towards Rockhampton and inland across the Maranoa and Warrego. Also unsettled for Toowoomba and the Granite Belt. In the southeast, you could get wet at any stage. That's most likely to be in the form of showers, with the odd rumble of thunder over southern parts, then the chance of bigger storms further north up towards the Sunshine Coast. Still muggy, similar temperatures to today, 22 overnight, then a top of 29 degrees in Ferny Grove. Boaties, we're looking at light and variable winds on Moreton Bay and an early low tide at 5:30 a.m. at the Brisbane Bar. In Brisbane City, let's call it showers with a possible storm. 23 up to a steamy top of 29 degrees. Then looking ahead to Christmas Day, and it should be mostly dry, but you still can't rule out an afternoon shower. A very slim chance of a storm, heating back up to 34 degrees. Make that 35 in Ipswich for Christmas. Then a cool change on Boxing Day. 28 with plenty of cloud and a possible shower. Gold Coasters, 32 for Christmas, then mid to high 20s from Friday into early next week. A possible shower each and every day. And on the Sunshine Coast, look, a thunderstorm is a bit more likely for Christmas afternoon to break up that heat before the cool change. Now, finally, I'm lucky enough to get a bit of a break now. I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a bright start to 2026. And Georgie, Mitch, looks like you have things well covered here on the news desk for a little while.
Thanks, Tony. And that's all from us this Tuesday. Thanks for your company. For now, from all the team, good night.
Well, that's a good shout.